Today, I'm taking you behind the scenes of a college football NIL shoot. You're going to get the chance to see everything that goes into bringing a big ad to life with D1 football players. While we'll spend most of this video on the production phase, we're also going to show you everything that goes into it. Let's do it. Starting with pre-production, a quick note about the client, LifeLink. This campaign is all about raising awareness and inspiring people to become organ donors, a cause that truly makes a difference. We have 2 hours max with each athlete, so it's crucial to be ready to go on the front end. For the scripts, each athlete filled out a quick questionnaire to help personalize their lines and bring out their own voice. We made detailed gear overview images to double check our plans and make sure the setup goes as smoothly as possible on shoot day. And on shoot day, I'll handle directing, setup, shooting, with Gio flying in to assist with the production and capture this behind the scenes footage. Alright, we are about to pull on to the USF campus. First thing is to get unloaded and then get everything set up. We should have about 2 hours before talent arrives. If everything goes this smooth today, then we're gonna be in okay shape. We're using a U-Haul trailer to get everything in efficiently. I can keep all the gear on my cart. Check out that video if you haven't seen it, and just roll it off fully loaded. Here's the plan. First, an interview segment with each athlete in USF branded merch, capturing clean script reads and authentic answers. This will be shot mostly on a tripod with a Rhino slider as a second angle to add some smooth movement. This is my favorite tool for dynamic interview shots. First thing we did when we got in here is I started peeking at where the outlets are. So there's one outlet right behind Gio. I'm gonna plan on using that for the interview setup. And I'm thinking for the interview setup, we're gonna move as far into this corner as we can. I'm just gonna stack a couple extension cords together from there. First, I'm gonna start with our main tripod angle, which will be this Schattler tripod. That extension cord will kind of mark where our key light is at, and I'm just gonna build around that point. This will be a 2-camera setup. It'll be the one main camera looking through the teleprompter. The talent will be looking directly into camera for that one. And then our second angle will be over here off to the left. This is essentially our interview talking head scene. So we'll start back here at the lights. We got 2 big COB lights. Those are blasting through this diffusion scrim, making essentially a giant book light. Got the boom mic and then our camera setup. So we'll have one camera running behind this teleprompter. There we'll have the script. We'll do a voiceover read through of the script itself. I'll also ask some questions to them to get some more natural feel in the lines. The second camera is here on the Rhino slider. So we've got it doing just a 1-minute pan back and forth. It's just gonna sit there and oscillate all day long. The stool is where our subject's gonna sit, so they'll just be looking right into the teleprompter camera. Looking from here is what the subject will see. On my end, I've got my laptop. I just run the words for the teleprompter in Microsoft Word, and I just scroll through them. And then I also have my 4-input production monitor. First one, what does it feel like to play on the same field you grew up watching as a kid? Next, a stylized backdrop session for close-ups of gloves, jerseys, football details. No audio here, just capturing visuals. We'll use a paper backdrop and spotlights for dramatic contrast, sometimes toggling the lights on and off during the shots for silhouette effects. One key visual is the athlete holding out their jersey to represent the post-game jersey swap the script mentions. We also printed out LifeLink patient photos on poster board for the athletes to hold in the same pose, a nice match cut to emphasize the script's message. This is just on a backdrop. We have a paper backdrop and we have 2 Aputure spotlights pointed at it. So this first one here is pointed at the backdrop, essentially just projecting a big white circle behind the athlete. And the second one we're using as a key light. We're really using the shutters to focus in. We can get a shot where they're holding their jersey out in front and their jersey has light on it. We're using these photos as a match cut of holding the jerseys. That way it goes from them holding their jersey to them holding the photos of the actual organ, eye, and tissue donation recipients the LifeLink had. So that'll make a real nice connection between the story and the visuals. Then the practice field for full uniform shots. Essentially no setup here, just my Ronin rig that I just dropped a video on if you want to go check that out. We're capturing movement, throws, catches, just football player actions, players being players. Cool. Money. Perfect. Perfect. I'm really excited about the final setup. They'll serve as the last line of the script and the final shot of the spot. We'll still be on the practice field and use a clone effect while they deliver the line to the camera, tying into LifeLink's campaign theme of multiplying your life. A memorable way to close the spot. I didn't have any tripods that go tall enough, so I had to rig this fluid head on top of a C-stand. That way I could kind of get a top-down angle. And this is the 10mm zero distortion lens, so very much looking down on the athlete. You get the full corner in frame. On here we also have a little Nanlite tube light, just as a little bit of a key so that when they're delivering that line, their face is a little better lit up. However, we also have them placed around the frame in a couple different locations. We'll do that classic clone effect in video production, but it makes sense in this scenario because it relates to multiplying your life, kind of giving that last final impact to the piece. That's it. Appreciate you. Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. That is a wrap on the shoot. We're gonna get everything torn down, get out of here. After shooting wrapped, we'll move into post-production. That means editing the footage, color, sound design, all of the pieces that shape this into the final story. Honestly, post is mostly me sitting at this computer, so it's not the most exciting visually, but it's where the whole story comes together. And finally, the videos themselves. When you watch, pay attention to the details that come through after months of planning, the moments we talked about in advance shining through in the finished product. First up, here's Chaz.
After a game, athletes trade jerseys. It's about respect, about leaving a legacy behind. I've been blessed with the chance to play this game, to wear a jersey and live out a dream. But what if my legacy could be bigger than wins or uniforms? To me, legacy is the lasting impact you leave, how people remember you, what you built, and who you influence along the way. I registered as an organ donor because one day my story can help someone continue living theirs. It's just giving somebody else the opportunity for a second chance at life. It's the ultimate jersey swap. I might be off the field, but my legacy lives on. I would just want my recipient to live life to their fullest and go after their dreams. My name is Chaz, and through organ, eye, and tissue donation, my legacy and story continue.
Next, here's Christian's final spot.
After a game, athletes trade jerseys. It's about respect, about leaving something behind, a legacy. But what if a legacy could be bigger than stats, or wins, or even uniforms? For me, legacy is the impact that lasts, even when you're gone. I just want my legacy to be that I was a good person, being a good student, a good athlete, a good brother, a good son, and one day a good husband, a good father is ultimately what I want to be remembered for. I grew up in Tampa, dreaming of playing on this field. Now I get to wear the jersey I once watched from the stands. All the greats I got to see growing up, I'm out there just like they were, so playing on Saturdays in Ray J is super special. But my story isn't just about football. My dad's been fighting kidney failure for years. I've seen firsthand what waiting for a second chance really means, not just for him, but for our whole family. Registering as an organ, eye, and tissue donor, your story continues far beyond the field. You could give someone's dad the gift of life. That's the legacy I want to leave. My name is Christian, and through organ, eye, and tissue donation, my legacy and my story continues.
If you're inspired by this product, please share it, comment, or find ways to get involved, especially if that's by becoming an organ donor. And if you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe to keep up with what's coming next.